Pirates TV is right? Okay, thank you. Good evening once more, members of the media. We are here for the second half, as I said, of this press conference. We're joined by the away team coach for this fixture, and he's also the champion coach. Coach, congratulations. If we can maybe just get an overview of the 90 minutes.
Thank you so much. A really bad beginning of the game from our side. It takes a lot of time for us to be connected with the rhythm that Sundowns apply in the first 15-20 minutes. I don't know, maybe a little bit nervous, but at least not comfortable. Due to that domination in the beginning, they got a penalty, they got the opportunity to get the lead. I think one more time Sipo was fantastic at that time. And I think little by little we managed to change the dynamic in the game. In the last phase of the first half, we got some opportunities to run behind the last line with Dion, with Monapule. But with less capacity today to control the game. We knew it, the way we approached the game. We knew we're gonna have quick attacks, we're gonna have opportunities to run, but less control in their half. But I think in the first half, little by little, we managed to create the problems that we wanted to create. Second half. There's a slightly change of dynamic in the opponent as well. Tactically, we have some problems in the beginning to adjust, and before we did it, they got the lead. And from there, we tried something different. We changed a little bit the profile of our forwards to get that control in their half, knowing or expecting that they will have problems in the last part of the game. In the last 25-30 minutes, we if I say we knew is too much, but we expected to play with their fatigue in that period of the game, when we were just about to do the relay up and Chejo, they got the lead, and from there was I think a good excellent performance in terms of not giving up. The team was trying. Little by little we start to get more control with KB, with Rele and with Chejo on the field. We managed to equalize, and I said before, I think the reaction of the team once we score tells about how much they believe that we can make it. We just scored, we got the ball, and we put it in the middle to continue playing. We suffered. We were a little bit like you need sometimes be a little bit lucky in this type of games. But overall, I think Sundowns have the control of the possession one more time, not really threatening our goal, or not that much. I think we did a good job in the defensive phase. I didn't check the stats yet, but it's what I remember from the game. And one more time, these young guys, they show what they are capable to do. They didn't give up. They were fighting until the end, and it was a little bit cruel just in the last second collecting that ball there, really putting the ball in the net. Who knows what's going to happen in that extra time or whatever it comes after that, but I think looking at the whole competition, I think we did a good job defending this trophy, and it's a well-deserved one for the team.
Thank you very much, Coach. Let's take questions from the floor. I've noted Yolulwe. You'll go up first. Can I get hands, please? Thank you. Yolulwe, I've noted everyone else. Thank you.
Congratulations, Coach. You're the coach in Africa. Coach, I think that's 4 trophies in 2 seasons for you. Surely, on that, Coach, what is the secret formula that you have that's turned Orlando Pirates into a perennial force in the cup competitions? And just secondly,
let's keep it to one so we give others a chance.
Yes.
Thank you. What's the formula, coach?
If I could have a formula, I'll be millionaire. I think it's, what can I say? We just try to work as good as possible each and every day since we arrive, myself and all the people who is behind us, and especially our group of players. I will not make it. I'm not gonna say any team name, obviously, but you cannot win 4 trophies in a row if you are not in the proper place. It's not me, it's the club. It's Orlando Pirates. I have a fantastic group of players to work with them. Then we are adding something else there as well. We are putting our part as a technical staff, and we're trying to lead with that example of, not giving one day for free, not giving anything for granted. Sometimes we manage to be as competitive as we were today, or we were so far in every cup game that we played together. We finished the game today with if I'm not wrong, four players coming from our academy, from our development, young players on the field. We're trying everything in order to create a competitive team. And like I said before the match, if during the process we also manage to collect trophies to improve the history of this big institution, well, the better. But yeah, there's nothing else than work every morning and spend a lot of hours, I guess, like every other coach, every other college, but in the end the players are the ones who are making the difference on the field.
Sazi?
Hi, coach. In hindsight, now it looks like a great plan that we had to start with your most informed players on the bench, Mabasa, Mufokeng, and Lamin. But what really were you trying to do with that plan?
Imagine if we lose, the questions. Yeah. But we're here to make decisions, and we try to make the decisions that we feel that are going to help us to win the game. We have many players on form. The ones that didn't start today, like you said, were regulars in the recent games. They gave us amazing moments in the last game. It was hard for me to not play them from the beginning, but we know that these type of games, and when I say we know, it's in plural, not only myself, the whole group, we know that we need, I think that I said many times already, that we need to dominate different games during the game. So Mahopa, for example, instead of Chejo, like I said before the match, you have to accept that with Sundowns you will spend more time far from Williams than close to Williams. And evidence can help us a lot in that scenario. The speed of Salen, the capacity of Joto to repeat efforts, to hold Mudau in the positions that Mudau was forced to play in the first half. There's a lot of components that now, when we are the winning team, we can say that it works. But that's not true. I mean, it doesn't. It's not because of the result. I don't know if I express myself. I think we're happy with the plan. Like I said, not in the first 15, 20 minutes. Maybe we were. I was expecting to play with a little bit more of personality in that period, but for whatever reason we couldn't. And probably one of the reasons is that Sundowns was really good in the beginning. They did start with that personality that we couldn't put on the field. And then, like I said in the explanation before, we knew that, or we expect again, that in the last 25, 30 minutes we will get the control of the game, and we will have the capacity to continue having a decent pace on the field with Relle, with Chejo, even with Seix, even though in the end he didn't participate, but was also one of the things that we consider as an option. But in the end, we choose a different way with Dlamini and with Maswangani in the middle to get that control. So there's many components that, in the end, just to finalize, when we win is fine. When we don't, then it's rubbish. You know the game plan. Outside, for us, we know what it takes to win these kind of games. we accept the risk to choose 11 players that we really believe that are the ones who are going to help us in the beginning of the game. Then during the match, like I said before, we need to be prepared for that game that is going to be played after 60, after 70, when you are 1-1, etc., etc. And I think overall the guys did a good job.
All right, let's go to Mazola.
Talking too much, sorry.
Robin Duke.
Coach, what led the decision to start to Saleh? Because you haven't seen much of him this season. Was it because of the experience that you know in terms of the occasion that he played?
He played the last game against Super Sport. 1 assist. He was ready. There were periods during the season that the boy wasn't ready for several reasons. And that's why he was not as regular as he was 1 year ago. And again, today was a special game. It's a special game. It is. It's a final, and it's Mamelodi Sundowns in front. Like I explained many times during these 2 years, that it's probably one of the teams or the only team that you have to consider to modify some certain things in your own organization and approach to the game, because this team is not a joke. I mean, we're talking probably about the best team in the continent in terms of the way they play, the level of the players, how competitive they are, and yeah, we know that Monapule in this type of games can give you something extra, is a threat. We expect Modiba actually to be there dealing with him, and there's, like I said, there's many. We don't just say wake up in the morning and we say, okay, let's go with Saleh. You understand? So there's a lot of things behind the decisions, and when you have to leave some certain players on the bench and play somebody else, there's reasons behind always. And again, sometimes it goes well and the coach is so good, and sometimes not, and then it's the opposite. So
Quick one, Zakele.
Once again, Nedbank had a great game. How
Who?
important
Talente.
Talente, yeah.
Yes, yes. Coach, how important is he in your team, and is it the players you want to have for the next seasons to come?
Still a long way for talent to improve and to understand and to correct, and it's a very, like you all can see, is a very, very interesting prospect, and also a player with curious, self-confidence and personality. That's why, again, we trust him to play games like the game that we played today. And yeah, like I said, a young player, just making almost making his first steps at this level. So he can only improve in the next part of his career. I'm 100% sure.
Quick one, Mazola.
Okay. Coach, the goal that really scores, how big is that for him personally on the back of a national team call-up? Even on the pitch, there were some ex-players who were saying South Africa sort of needs this to have a young player who's got a big match temperament, scores in crucial cup finals.
Well, I'm sure for Rele is a very, very important moment. Coming from the bench, again, in this scenario with this opponent, score a goal when the time is over, to help us to lift one more trophy. It's again, like same as talent. First steps in this level, improving week after week. I hope that you notice that. He's getting really, really complete as a football player, and the future looks bright for him. I just hope that he can continue in the space that he is right now. How humble he is, how much he listens, how much he tried to get more complete, and that's why he is where he is, and that's why national team coach is also getting attracted by his quality, and again, same as talent, he can only improve. He's a player that because he's smart, he's skillful, he loves to play football. So as long as he continues in the space that he is right now, there's only going to be improvement, and hopefully everyone can enjoy him in the national team regularly.
Mas Kevin, last one.
Coach, games against Sundowns, especially where you, I would say, get to win. What do you learn most from them when you look at you doing well in cup competitions? You want to, obviously, you want to chase them in the league, and also you are going into the same space in the Champions League where they are. So games against them, given how they play, how much do you learn from those when you look at the league challenge, and also when you look at you going into the Champions League in the next season?
I learned, the level that my team can have on the day and during the week also when we face these type of games. And I can say that we are not that far. I mean, I don't think that the difference between these two teams is 23 points. It is, that's the reality, but we can manage to compete. So it's in our hands to keep this level of competitiveness week in, week out. That's the only thing that we need to, not the only thing, but that's the main thing that we need to improve. So we have to learn ourselves that if we put everything in place, we can compete with, I don't want to say the best one, because they are not the champions this season in the continent, but one of the best for sure. Nobody have doubts about it, and we can compete with them on the day. In a long run, we didn't show that we can do it, and that's what we need to learn from these days, that we are not that far. And if we are, still, like I said, we have room to improve, and depends on us.
Okay, Tandy says she will allow for more. I've noted mistake. Listen, let's go to Blake, the back. Please get one local journalist. Yes, yeah. You've now changed colors. You are Pirate supporter. He was wearing a different shirt before the start of the match. You've converted him, coach.
I was wearing the Nedbank Cup colours now, Pirates.
Okay.
Coach, this is the second time in 2 attempts that Pirates has won a Nedbank Cup final at Mbombela Stadium, and we've seen a tremendous amount of support today. Was there times where, for you and your staff and your players, it felt like a home game?
Almost in every game we play away this season, I have to say, without being afraid of being wrong. It's one of the improvements this season, in my opinion. South African football fans, they have, and especially the Buccaneers, they have a special taste about football, and I think during this season we managed to offer them that football that they really want. Last season we won a lot of games, but maybe we were not at the level that we managed to get in some periods of this season, and that's why the people is answering so well, and we're getting more support in Orlando. But the games that we used to play away this season, it was something special. And today, no surprises. We knew that they're gonna fill the stadium. There were also many opponent fans as well, but I think again in number, nobody can compete with our fan base, and they are in love with the boys, and they are in love with the team right now. So, but now they have to wait for a decent period until we compete again. I'm sorry.
Coach, what mark out of 10 would you give yourself and your team for this season, given 2 cup trophies that you won, but then the Champions League debacle, and maybe the stuttering second place, but it was a bit of a stutter towards the end of the season? What mark out of 10 would you give yourself for this campaign?
In terms of with all the up and downs, and I think last season was even more like, I don't know how to say, like, if I have to paint a line of the team, last season was more straight even. This season we have terrible periods, and really good periods, exceptional periods. I'm talking about football. But if you ask me as a person who is involved in the group every single minute, and I know what we are, how you used to say here, cooking.
You're cooking, coach.
We are cooking. I think the progression, the evolution of the team this season it's superior than the last season, in my opinion. Then if that means 8 out of 10 or 7.5, or I don't know, it might be our fans, the ones who will in the end, and you guys judge the work that we do. But me, like I said, because of my position, maybe important part in the group, I can tell you that, like I said even before the final, for me this season, in terms of football, is better than the last season. Now with this Berry on the top, everything looks even better. But there's still a big room to improve in the future.
Okay, the very last one, Jabulo, quick one, please.
Coach, you've spoken this season that one of the things that you want to achieve is to ensure that the team's best performance is not too far off from its best performance. With everything that you've seen, especially how this team rises in sort of big moments, how far are you in that process, and how do you achieve it, especially for the next season?
I think we close, but again, the final we play against Sundowns early in the season, we play Shandu, Clocky, Sibisi, Joto, Miguel, Monare, Lepasa, Kermit, Salen, and Tito. Just have a look of our start 11 today, and that's only how long? 7 months in between the two final 6. So that was one of not the problems, but one of the process that we went through during the season. There was also a lot of changes, young players, integration in the team, different dynamics, some school fees during the process as well. But we're getting there. I think we're getting there. I have the feeling, trust me, and it's not because now I have this in my hand, that we're getting there. We're getting right.
Thank you very much, Coach. We'll end it here.
Thank you.
Congratulations once more.